All right, we're going to talk about our friend Donald Trump. Okay, so look, Time Magazine named Trump as Person of the Year, and he's also giving everyone a heads up because he made a remark when he did an interview for Time Magazine. He says of a possible war with Iran. He's like, anything can happen. Okay, so that's something that Donald Trump isn't ruling out a possibility of war against Iran during his second term. That's what he's saying in a recent interview, that anything can happen is what he said. So they said Trump sat for a 65-minute interview with Time Magazine, which has named him Person of the Year. And he was asked about the chances of war with Iran under his new administration, which the response after a pause, they said Trump was targeted by Iranians in an assassination plot during the presidential campaign. They said the magazine noted that the Iranians have been weakened by the conflicts of Lebanon and Gaza, and now the collapse of a leadership in Syria. Okay, so look, they said Russia, Ukraine. So while Trump didn't take war with Iran off the table, he made it clear that he wants the wars between Russia and the Ukraine and Israel and Hamas to end. He told Time that the situation in the Middle East is an easier problem to handle than what's happening with Russia and the Ukraine. So the number of dead young soldiers lying on fields all over the place are staggering. It's crazy what's taking place, Trump said, who criticized Kyrie's firing of U.S.-made missiles into Russia territory last month after President Joe Biden eased restrictions on the use. I guess this is just getting out of hand, people. That they're just escalating the war. So he's talking about how with sending missiles, hundreds of missiles into Russia, why are we doing that? He said. That's when he said we're just escalating the war, making it worse. He's making a lot of sense right there. And then for those of you who are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and please like the video and share it. And of course, I will be keeping you up to date with Trump news, and I will also remind you what he said today on TV. He's blaming Joe Biden for the tragedy that we had out here in D.C., which I agree with Trump, when he said that basically Biden lowered the standards, so that's the reason why we had a plane crash. Because, yeah, if the standards aren't high, we need smart people to be air traffic control, not the people, that we obviously shouldn't have as it. But according to Time, Trump said he would use U.S. support for Ukraine as leverage against Russia in trying to negotiate an end to the war. I want to reach an agreement, and the only way you're going to reach an agreement is not to abandon, he said. The Ukraine president office did not immediately respond for comments, and then they said pardoning January 6 rioters. Trump repeated in the interview that one of his first acts as president in his second term will be to pardon most of the rioters who were charged or convicted in the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th of 2021. It's going to start in the first hour, he said, maybe the first 9 minutes. Nearly 1,600 defendants have been charged over the January 6th attack, and more than 1,250 have been convicted or pleaded guilty, with almost half of them sentenced to incarceration, ranging from a few days to 22 years. They've been in there for years, and they're in a filthy, disgusting place that shouldn't even be allowed to be open, Trump told Meet the Press last week about one of the jails. Trump told Meet the Press that there could be an exception to his plan for the defendants who are radical or crazy. Using the military in deportation, Trump told Time he's willing to deploy the military to help round up the deport of people who are in the country illegally. He said the Comitatus Act, which bans deploying the military against civilians, doesn't stop the military if it's an invasion of our country. If the military refuses to carry out such orders, Trump said, "I'll only do what the law allows, but I will go up to the maximum level of what the law allows." Trump's incoming border Caesar Tom Homan has commented on plans to use the military to carry out the hardline immigration policies. Homan said on Sirius XM, the David Webb show, last month that the Defense Department has helped several administrations on the border. They could be a force multiplier. He added that the military could be used to help relieve law enforcement officers from administrative duties so they can get on the street and do what they're supposed to be doing. Not ruling out family separation, Trump said in the interview that he doesn't plan to revive his policy of separating children from their families at the U.S. border, but that he also isn't taking off the table. "I don't believe what we'll have to, because we'll send the whole family back," Trump said. "I would much rather deport them together." Time reported that Homan said that there is no deliberate policy being worked on to separate families. "You can't say zero. It's not going to happen." More than 5,600 children were separated from their parents during Trump's first administration in 2017 and 2018, and the Biden administration has been trying to reunify many of the families. So Trump, again, he's expected to end the policy of releasing immigrants into the U.S. without court dates, without a way to track them, and he has vowed to continue building the wall he started in his first term. And then they said Trump supports the filibuster. Trump told Time that he supports preserving the legislative filibuster in the Senate, which requires 60 votes to advance bills to final passage. There has been a debate over, we won't get into that part. That was just too much. But yeah, I'm skimming through this. Trump told Time, if I have even a little bit of trouble, I'm going to an executive order because I can get it done. Okay, so let's see what else they say. Trump repeatedly promised to bring down the prices of goods, services, including groceries, but he told Time it's hard to bring things down once they're up. It's very hard. Trump's backtracking on lowering grocery prices. In a speech to voters in August laying out his vision for a return to the White House, Trump said, "Prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast. Not only with insurance, but with everything. In Trump, we believe." That's what I have to say about that. But, Trump is not very happy right now because he's under a lot of stress for everything that's just happened with the plane crash in D.C. Imagine just getting in office and having to deal with that. It has to be stressful and make you feel like, why me while I'm back in office, But, we had too many tragedies already this year, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.